Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the next video. So in this video we are going to discuss about an off-campus coding problem which is asked in Mindtree. So basically the problem was quite simple guys. So they are like not dynamic programming or hacker kind of question. So it was pretty much simple. We just need to use some logic over here. And it consists of arrays and simple if and else loops. Okay. So I have taken the screenshot of the question and I included in this Word file. So you can see over here, right? So I'll just zoom in and you'll see. First we'll read the question, we'll understand the question, and after that I will proceed and write the code for this one. So let me just open the question properly and I'll just zoom in guys so that you'll be able to see it properly. Fine. So once you will understand the question, 90% work has been done. You are good to go with program. Fine. So let me just read out the question for you once, and after that I'll explain you the logic. Fine guys. So product of integers in subarrays. So this is the title of the question. You are given an array of integers and that array name is arr of size arr dot length or array dot length I can say. Find the index I of the first integer arr of array of arr. That means we have to find the index of the first integer which will satisfy a particular condition. So that condition is given below. So that can be represented as the product of two integers a and b, and a and b have identical or indices respectively j and k. So basically that element arr of 1 should be represented as the product of two integers, so they are prior to the particular index. Fine. So this is quite confusing, I know, whenever we read the sentences, but okay, so that is fine guys. Whenever we see the test cases we will come to understand. Okay, so it is given that j comma k is always less than I. That means whatever the two numbers a and b we are taking, they always they will come always before the particular array or array element a. Fine. So after that, if there is no such integer, then return -1 they are saying. Okay, so notes they are given, just read it carefully. The array may contain both positive and negative integers. Fine. So it can contain positive as well as negative numbers. Indexes of the array starts at 0. So the indexes are starting at 0. The numbers a and b may be same element. That is, if number is 25, a and b will be equal to 5 itself. So that is also possible. Fine. So now coming to the function description, you can see over here they are given one function. Complete the find num function in the editor below. So they will be giving all input, output and those things, and they will be writing on blank function, and they will also pass the parameters guys in actual exam. We just need to write the logic there and return the result. So that's what they are just expecting from us, right? So just writing the logic is enough for them. Okay, so the function name they have given in bold letters, that is find num, and it has got few parameters, and only one parameter they have in fact given over here, that is arr. So that is the name of the variable arr, and it is of type integer array. Description, this is the given array which will be acting as the input. Now what is your task? Your task is here. The function must return an integer denoting the index of the first number that can be represented as the product of two integers before it, as specified in the problem statement. So our task is to return an index value I such that the element at index value I should be represented as the product of two elements prior to that element in the array. So that is about the question guys. I hope you understood properly. Fine. So if you understood, then just take a look at constraints like array length can be, so all those things are not necessary actually, so just skip those things. And now the same thing, return, and I have taken the screenshot again. So in fact I got these in Telegram guys, so I have taken from there and I'm solving over here. Fine. So in fact I just helping my one of our. Fine. So input format or for debugging, basically the input line contains an integer arr array length denoting the number of elements in array, each line I. So those kind of things will be there. Just don't worry about those things. Just come to the test cases or sample test cases. So these are very important guys. Fine. So the first thing is that input, in the sense, first input what it indicates, number of elements. So 1 indicates number of elements, and this is the number of element which is there. So 4 is the element guys. So output they are selling that -1. How? It is here. this array contains only one element, that is 4 is the only n element which is present. Actually 1 is the size of the array and 4 is the member of that array. This array contains only one element, so it is not possible to have two integers that multiply together, hence output should be equal to -1. So if I am having only one element in the array, then how I can multiply two integers before that element and get the result equal to that element? So that is not possible. So if I'm having a 0 or 1 element in my array, then I will directly return -1. So this is the first test case. After that, second test case says that input is 2 1 2, in the sense output should be equal to -1. So 2 indicates number of elements. Again here 2 elements are there and those member elements are 1 and 2 are the two array elements, and here output is -1. Again how? Since the second element, so array starting from 0, so for 1 the index value will be 0, for 2 the index value will be 1. So since 1 into 1, that is first element when multiplied with itself, that is yielding 2. So 1 into 1 is not equal to 2, right? So 1 is 1, 1 into 1 is 1 and it is not equal to 2. So no two integers before the integer 2 can multiply together to give 2, hence output is -1. So basically output will be -1. Again here the two elements are 5 and 25, and surprisingly here you can see 25 is the first element and I mean in the sense second element, and 5 and 5 are the elements. So 5 is the element before that one. So if I multiply 5 into 5, then I will get 25, right? So that means it is a valid combination. So I need to return the index value of 25, that is 1. So that's why I am returning 1 here. So this is about all the test cases, guys, and I need to write the same thing. I'll just use one for loop here. A simple if and fors will be used. Let me just write it. Fine. So now I will open the that is Eclipse editor. I will open. I'll just zoom in, guys, so that you can see properly. Fine. So I have already opened one file and I have written some lines. That is basically the structure of the program. Okay, fine. So I'll just take one integer array and whose name I will be taking as array1, and I will be inserting two elements 5 and 25. So the same test case whatever I just seen, I am taking that one only. Okay, so after that what I will do, I will create one array list, so whose name I will take it as array2. Fine. So which is equal to again array list. Fine. So this is the array list which I have created. Okay, fine. So I have created the array list. Now the next thing is with the help of for loop. Okay, so with the help of for loop, for int I is equal to 0, I should be less than array1 dot length, right? So a double r a y. Okay, so fine. One dot length, and here I have to write I plus plus. Okay, so here what I will do, just take the elements from this thing and just add it to the array list. So what I can do is basically, guys, come over here. Okay, so here I will write array2 of I, or in the sense I can write like this also, array2 dot add method will be useful, and here I will be writing array1 of I. So what I am basically doing is basically taking the elements from array1 and I am actually copying them to the array list, because there is one direct method which I can follow to sort the array. So that is basically I will write some direct method to sort the array in this ascending order. Collections I will use, collections dot sort, and that is basically array2 which I have named. It is a list but I have named it as array2. So now I will be having array2 sorted in the ascending order. So once I get this thing, guys, now it's pretty much done. So I will write if, fine, if array2 dot size, if the particular size of this array2 is less than or equal to 1, that means it is owning only one element, then I will print -1 directly. That I have done. Fine. So if it is not like that, if it is having some elements, then I will go for the iteration. So I should be less than array2 dot size I have to write. Fine. So after that I plus plus will be there. Okay, so here I will be writing like Okay, so let me just write one condition first. If, and so if array 1 of I, or else again write like yeah, this is also fine, guys. So if array 1 of I, what I will write, if array 1 of I is equal to array 1 of I minus 1, that is the prior element, into array 1 of I minus 1. If this particular thing is like true, if it is true, I will write system.out.println, and here I will return I. If it is not true, then I will write else. Fine, I will write one thing like else, and here I will print directly minus 1. That means it is not having any element. Fine. So this is right. Okay, so if I just run this thing, okay, so it is giving me error, index minus 1 out of bounds for length 2 at 21. Okay, so for at 21 it is showing me this error. Let me just check it out, guys. So I minus 1, and here also I'm having I minus 1. Okay, so it should actually, I should start with first element, so that's why it is starting saying like that. Fine. So you can see the expected output we are getting, that is 1. So this is it, guys, how we can solve a particular thing. If I just want to run something like this, 2, okay, so the second test case 1 and 2 I will take. So if I take 1 and 2, here I will change. Okay, so let me just change over here, 1 comma 2 I will take, and I'll just run this thing. Here you can see minus 1, and expected output is also minus 1. The next one is actually 4. So let me just delete this one, and I'll take it as 4 now, and it is minus 1. We are getting the minus 1. So basically all the visible 3 test cases we are able to pass, guys, and yes, so that I think pretty much good. Okay, so that's it about in this video, guys, and yes, we have solved a lot of questions before this also. If you can just take a look at these things, like I'll just zoom out, and here you can see, guys, actually 77, around 50 to 60 questions I have already solved. Like different hacker egg questions are there, and after that hacker earth are there. So each and every question which I solved in this playlist is basically asked in one of the off-campus recruitments. There is nothing like I have taken the model question and I have just solved that one. So each and every question was asked in the one of the recruitments like TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Mindtree, L&T, and Global Edge, blah blah blah, a lot of companies. Okay, so basically if you can just take a look at these things, guys, it will be very useful for you. I have taken each and every question and I have solved it in the real time. Fine. So that is just a small request from my side, that if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe the channel, and if you have still not liked the video, please do like, guys. And also there is one more question, like here you can see Mindtree off campus coding question, the same question. There were 2 questions, and this was the first and this is the second question. Actually this is also a simple question, guys. I'll be solving it in my next video. So by the time you are seeing this video, I might have uploaded that one. It will be visible somewhere in the corner right over here, or in the description I'll be leaving the link, so you can just take a look at this question as well, how to solve this one, right? So thank you, guys, thanks for watching this one, see you in the next one.